So obviously you can pack a lot of stuff in here. It's our machining shop. Yeah. Right there in that little gray box there, Diane. Okay. Let's see. Move up just a little bit more. Any of these people can get in that video if you want. Okay. A little bit about what I was talking about downstairs. Matter of fact, here's a couple of pieces. Y'all want to take those and just kind of pass them around. This is an example of, you've probably seen that. That's an example of a couple of tools. That's right. These were actually produced in this shop. So that's an example of a couple of the smaller pieces that might be created in a machine shop that will become tools that a person might use. For instance, I think one of you is doing like electronics repair, so you'll be using like smaller instruments, tools. The electronics themselves were produced on equipment that creates, for instance, circuit boards. Creates circuit boards. All of that has to be formed up and machined somewhere. So this is the start of that manufacturing process. So we could turn products on lathes, mills. Most of these are manual or semi-automatic pieces of equipment. Most of the industry now uses, well, I take it back with an exception in town, what they call CNC or computer numerically controlled equipment. Some of those pieces, for instance, there's a plant here in town that has like a single machine that would take this entire room. And so some of it's enormous equipment. It's programmed, and we train some of the operators that operate that equipment. Now here's an interesting question, and something that's going to change everything that you see right here in terms of how we manufacture things. You all have heard of 3D printing? 3D printing is being taken to another level called additive manufacturing. And that means that, say, within the next 5 to 10 years, we will no longer be taking pieces of metal and cutting them away in order to create that. We'll actually be taking materials and building the part itself. That presents a whole lot of challenges for these kinds of folks because the skills that we learn in here will have a whole other need for skills. The idea of additive manufacturing and printing. For you, that's something to consider because at any point in time, technology can change and what you're doing or the skills that you have can become obsolete. The product that you make, the plan that you have, and so to sort of be looking ahead. What's coming to me down the road? So you've got a plant in town that has a piece of equipment that can fill this room, a single machine, and cost them $750,000 just for the machine, another $250,000 to get it installed, and in 10 years, it will be useless. Just some food for thought in terms of changing what's going on in the economy and more of a history lesson than you ever can get. Question about a machine shop? What's valuable about a machine shop? Why would you be interested? This is the top 10. Exactly. All of the stuff, if you're doing electronics repair, if you've got an 18-wheeler, all that stuff had to come from somewhere. Even if you're buying and selling something, it's got to be shipped and received. Somebody has to manufacture the equipment to do that shipping and receiving. Okay, questions? More than you wanted to know?
So kind of going back to what you said about additive manufacturing and 3D printing, we were talking earlier, I mentioned the word strategic, being strategic with your business and being innovative. So that's something that you really have to consider as an entrepreneur, as a small business owner, is changes in the environment economically. So you think about the ways that additive manufacturing would change your business in terms of cost, in terms of production, in terms of how you do business in general. So those are some of the things that you got to think about if you want to sustain your business for the long run. And that's where a lot of people fall short, and that's why a lot of businesses don't make it. Yeah.
And you'll be learning more about 3D printing and additive manufacturing when we meet with Steve and Shane this week on Friday, when you guys are doing your presentation. Are you going to be able to print stuff? Yeah. Oh,
Okay, now I need my parts back. Where they go? There we are. Thank you very much. Hey, y'all been great.
thank you.
You take my door, you need help.
Thank you.